Don't be too quiet now.
Okay.
Today. Just have a quick ciggy. And if you wish to have a drink of water any stage of the proceedings.
Oh wow, very fancy.
It's starting to discolour already, which I love, but I'll probably have to... I've got cleaning instructions for it there, but because it's the purer the thing is, the faster it'll discolour, and because of the reaction to the atmosphere or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like stone that way.
Yeah.
Because I'd get stoned there to do a job, and they'd be saying, there's a lot, it's like a giant bird shit on it. It's all this white stuff.
Yeah.
And it's, I forget the name of it, but it's fucking, what the fuck is that? And I found out it's all the crystals in the stone, because it was under pressure underground for so long. Now that it's out of the ground, and then the moisture in the air.
It starts breaking down.
It weeps. It weeps it out. You can treat it with a hydrochloric acid wash. But it's a dose. And then you have to wait for it all to come out. So it's like a full process. So you could be waiting a whole year.
Oh wow.
You could say do the start of a winter, give it another winter, and then go back in spring and give it a wash. I just tell them to do that themselves. Fucking lazy cunts. You know what I mean? This fucking part of the world. If it's not the dogs, it's the wind.
Yeah.
Look, how are you? Welcome to the Blackbird.
Thank you.
Was that so bad?
No, it's fine.
Yeah. So how you doing?
I'm grand. Yeah. Came down from Portlaoise, so.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, no, my pleasure. Thanks. I'm honoured.
Don't be mocking me now, disorderly in proceedings. Women invited just can't be nice. So I got a mug for you there for coming on. Trying to bribe people now to come in, as if a mug will fucking do it. But so what you up to?
Well, I suppose we started a new club, a new archery club in Portarlington.
Where's that in relation to Portlaoise?
It's northeast of Portlaoise. It's about 20 minutes from Portlaoise. So it's a little town. There isn't much, besides the GAA, as far as I know. And so when Owen actually got in touch with the community there was a lot of interest. Yeah. So it seemed like a good place
to interact with the community, with the club.
Yeah,
through the club kind of thing. Yeah, give them another option.
Yeah, exactly. Something else.
So is it a club or a school or both? I mean, will there be shoots there?
So it's only indoors. So
really?
Yeah, we didn't really. Well, we're not yet at the stage of having an outdoor venue. So it's in the community hall, and it's a little bit outside Portarlington. It's a place called Killinard, and
middle of nowhere.
Exactly. Well, actually, there's a very fancy hotel there, the Heritage Hotel. I don't know. Is it 4 or 5 stars? I'm not sure.
Stars. Okay.
But we don't go there.
Uh-huh.
And so when Owen actually went to check out a few venues in Portarlington, and there was that place, the guy was actually saying they find it very hard to get clubs to use the venue, the facilities, and it's perfect for us. So
because it's out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. But it's not too far, like from the motorway and all that, and it's close enough to Portarlington. So, and it's great because it's quiet. It's like we can book the use of the hall. Like it's not like we have to sign up a long time in advance and all that. Like there's
pretty
a lot
much
of
you get it
availability.
when you want it kind of thing.
Exactly.
No one's
so
fucking
far,
using it. Well, that's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
How did you get into archery initially?
Because Owen started with our son Daniel, so a few years ago, I'd say 7 years ago, and then our daughters then wanted to do archery, so they did the course as well. So basically, I was the only one in the family who had not done the course, the beginner's course. So it was kind of a nice thing to do, like to do the beginner's course, so I could join the rest of them. It's not really, like I always say, it's not like I never had plans on doing archery at all.
Yeah.
So, but I enjoy it. I do, yeah.
No, it is an addictive kind of thing. It really gets in there.
Yeah, I suppose for me, it's the social element is a big thing. I think I love to kind of go and meet the people and all that.
I find that surprising for myself, especially when I'd say when you start going to the shoots. more regularly, and then you start seeing the same heads there, and you're in the teams, then you get talking, and then you're all buddies before you know it. That is something to look forward to, especially when you have a 2-day event.
Yeah.
Like Dunbrody. You can go mental. But no, that is cool. But it's, I don't know. There's a lot to learn yet.
Oh yeah, well definitely. I know for me, because I don't really practice that much, I was actually saying to Owen on the way down, I said, oh yeah, I know with the new club, I'm hoping I'll get the opportunity to practice. Now really, we're only really at the early days that we're training people, but very soon we're hoping to have like regular practice sessions, and I'm kind of thinking, okay, I might get a bit better then.
Oh, of course you will. I mean, because I've had no indoor practice all year.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of flying solo there for a while, and then the Red Fox set up the club, and I got involved with them. But it's only recently they've got their indoor thing, and I think that's just Monday nights.
Oh, okay.
And myself and Lucy have to rotate because of the kids.
Ah, yeah.
So it's like once every 2 weeks you get to shoot for an hour or two indoors. But it's better than nothing, because as you can see outside, it's like, fuck, you can't go practicing here. You get pneumonia. Or you might get the hour come back at you. The winds are nuts. Like. But when you're not doing archery, what's the day gig?
So I do, I kind of promote sustainable transport in schools. So with green schools, so it's all the environmental stuff and all that. So
no, I've nothing wrong. I've no problems with environmental awareness stuff, but where I get a bit fucking annoyed is when it gets politicized and exaggerated beyond belief, as if there's a fucking we're all fucked. We're on doomsday bullshit. We're nowhere near anything. We don't even understand. I don't believe half the fucking climate behaviour. And then you have all those things. For the longest time, I heard these people being called crackpots and what do they call them? Conspiracy theorists, because we're saying that there were certain governments that were fucking around the clouds, putting up all these fucking things in the atmosphere, and they were like, no. But then only earlier this year in Dubai, it gets flooded the fuck. Because a neighbouring country was having a great time seeding, cloud seeding, I think they call it.
I have a colleague
and
who works
there was they underestimated an incoming storm, the size of it. And that they came on their national TV, said, we fucked up. We put too much stuff up there, and the storm was bigger than we thought it was going to be. And that's why everything is. And everyone's like, well, of course. But everyone else in the world saying, I fucking knew it. Because even in Ireland, you look up at the sky most of the time. Because I see a lot of these videos and I was thinking, that's crazy. But then you look into it more and more, and it's more frequent. You're like, there's something to this. And then you think, someone's fucking around the weather.
But that's not what's happening in Ireland is not people seeding clouds.
Yeah, it is. What is it, so? Do you know?
It's climate change.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Climate change has got a lot of straight lines, doesn't it? Grid pattern formation, all that. I've never seen that naturally occur. Maybe in an ocean, for when you hit the riptide and stuff, the little telltales of it looks like a square.
Well, I mean, like if you talk about climate change, I don't look at the sky. You look at the data. You look at the stats.
So that's where you're fucking up. Because I've noticed that they're very selective in what scientists they pick to put on the podium and say, we're all fucked unless you get an extra bin, do this, get a bicycle, get rid of the car, maybe get a horse. Don't get a horse, they fart. We don't need that because cows fart too much. People who talk like that, in my opinion, should be fucked into the ocean and left there. That is a pure... It's like what they've done with the church. You had a few fucking scumbag... Well, the church in and of itself, I'm not a big believer in it, but as an institution, the way it was attacked, we'll say, infiltrated even. And it's not just the Catholic Church, it's most religions, like the people who commit suicide for the religion. It's all politicized fucking bullshit. They infested a fucking institution, and now they've corrupted it, and they're using it for... It's just baddies being baddies. It's natural fucking human behaviour. But the fact that the politicians seem to be the baddies or in bed with most of the baddies, that's what I have a problem with. And then I meet all the smart, intelligent, book-reading people, and they'll go on about these computer programs and these fucking diagrams, and we'll extrapolate it from that. And I go, no, the fuck you won't. That's not science. Science is observe, repeat, observe, repeat. with your fucking eyes, not some fucking computer program.
Well,
And that's where I get a bit like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? The Green Party for me is like, bury them in the sea, please.
But I mean, to be honest, like, I don't think the politicians are really talking that much about climate change.
Are you
in
fucking
Ireland.
kidding me?
I
Are you
think they
watching
could
the
do a
fuckers
lot more.
talking? Oh my god. I'm glad to hear you think that way, but it's unfortunately not the fucking case. I mean,
And look,
that lunatic who got let go, we said earlier on in the year, who's the head of the Green Party, he's like fucking some kind of crazy person.
look, at the end of the day, it's not. I whether you believe in it or not. It's. I think for me, it's all about respecting your environment, you know, and respecting where you are. And so, for example, like say driving cars. No, we drove down here, and you know, but like, you know. Like the use of fossil fuel, that's going to have an impact on your air quality. That's going to have
Fossil
an impact
fuel.
on your children's
know.
health.
I think-
And I mean, if that's what does it for you, and if you want to kind of make the place a better place for your kids, because you know it'll be nice. It would be nicer for them to have. I know here, for example, we're in the middle of nowhere. I'm sure the air is very. Of very
Ireland
good
is in the
quality.
middle of fucking nowhere.
But if you live in like a city or in a small town, the air quality isn't as good.
No, of
So,
course it's not. But
you know.
that's just, see, that mantra that you've been talking there is pretty much the same shit that the politicians are talking. Putting in the kid thing, the emotional fucking, are you a bad parent? Are you a bad person? What, you don't care about the kid's future? I said,
Exactly.
fuck you and the kid's future. Fuck them. It's their job to educate themselves on the facts and fucking accordingly act on it. Not my job to become a scientist overnight or any other parent. And I hate when they come out and say, don't you care about your elders in your society with the whole COVID bullshit. It's, if you take all the COVID
the whole
scaremongering,
guilt
it's
thing.
exactly
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same as the fucking this climate change bullshit. Now, climate change, of course there's climate change. But my argument is it's not what they're saying it is. It's just the way it is. That's all it is. They're just looking for something else to tax you on.
Well, look.
As for cars, what about the electric cars and those fucking big, what are they called? Those windmills in the fucking landscape that have horrific looking things that they put diesel into to get going.
They put diesel in the wind turbines.
Yeah. So what the fuck is that about? And then your electric cars
Who
and
told
the
you this?
Well, I seen, you could see videos of the guys fucking putting it in there. The guys that work for the guys that put it in there. And what about the guys with the electric cars and the electric chargers, which are runoff generators that are diesel? So it's all bullshit. And then if an electric car goes on fire,
I'm not promoting
the battery
electric
of
cars.
that car, it just burns forever. You can fuck it into the ocean on fire and it's still burning for like days. Whatever the fuck's going on there. So I don't think they have the intellectual capacity to fucking actually counter, even if there was, the arrogance of man to think that they can do anything about the climate of a fucking planet blows my goddamn mind. That's all that is fucking arrogance. There's nothing man can do. Nothing. Everything man tells you he can do is showbiz. It's just all like fancy posters and lovely words on a podium. But it's all bullshit. They can't do a fucking thing. You look at all the fucking landlines in the ocean 100 years ago. They're exactly the same today. They're measuring up at the same fucking thing.
The landlines.
Yeah, you know where the water's... It's the same fucking thing. Nothing has risen. And when they show you all the icebergs then falling into the ocean, they forget to tell you that this is an annual occurrence. It's a seasonal thing.
But that's not like the whole...
But
that's not true.
It is true.
So I suppose it depends on where
I'd be
you
like
get your
now, I'd be
information.
thinking, well, I know there's people out there now like yourself who are fucking devoted to this and they're good people and they know what they're on about. But then they talk shit and I go, that's not right. It feels wrong
But where
initially.
does your information come from?
I'll go to the people who actually have been doing it for maybe an institution maybe that have been doing it for like 100 years, taking these fucking tubes of ice out of the fucking Antarctica or whatever, or the North, wherever the fuck.
And they're
it
not
be.
telling you that this is obviously yes, there are yearly occurrence, but they're not telling you this isn't climate change isn't happening.
They're saying it's happening,
Yeah.
but it's not happening like you're saying it's happening. Like
Because
the news
of,
people
of,
are saying
our-
it's
of
happening.
industrialization.
No, because of the frantic fucking emotional response that they're giving to the people, as if like we're all fucked. We're not fucked. We're not even close.
Well, I mean, I suppose I don't want anybody to think that. I still think that people need to adapt their lifestyle to be more respectful of the environment.
No, more motorbikes, more cars, but fucking diesel and petrol. Get rid of all the electric stuff. Okay. Or maybe have them as an option, but don't be forced into that.
Well, I'm not pushing for electric cars at all, by the way. That's a separate issue. But at the end of the day, fossil fuels are a non-renewable resource, so it won't last forever. I'm telling you, it is non-renewable.
I think it will.
It's called fossil fuel. It's made of fossils.
No, I don't know about that. I think it's like bountiful.
Well, I mean, what do you want me to say? Like, you clearly have all the information.
I have no information. I just watched interviews with people who were the Queen's fucking head scientist for like ever. Him and himself is a fossil talking when he's talking, and the only thing that affects this planet is the sun when it comes to the climate. It's the only thing that affects the planet.
So climate change is caused by greenhouse gases, and they are produced by all of our industrial actions, like, factories, like, burning fossil fuel and all that. So these greenhouse gases are added on to the atmosphere, so we can measure that. And we know that for example, so we use carbon dioxide as a way of measuring it, and we know there is a lot more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere now than there was like 120 years ago, and it's linked to industrialization. So,
well, I heard a good one about this measuring the carbon dioxide, whatever the fuck, that the gadgets they have to use, they didn't put them where they were meant to put them. They put them in urban areas. When the urban areas build up, then obviously the car use builds up, so it's getting a parochial, immediate, local amount of shit.
Yeah.
It's not. They're not. If they were put where they were meant to be put, it'd be more balanced and you get a correct reading. But because they have them in these heavily urbanized areas with high traffic, that's what it's getting. It's not, and that's not a reflection, a true reflection.
Okay, where did you hear that?
I heard a professor countering it, the exact thing that you were mentioning in an interview recently. It just stayed with me in my head. So that's interesting.
Because, I mean, that's not how it's done. So
it's not how it's meant to be done, but that's how they're doing it.
And it's not how it's done. Even, like, say, if you wanted to measure at a certain location the amount of, say, carbon dioxide, you would have a little device that measures it at a place where you think it's going to be high, and then you're going to pick another place where, say, there's less traffic, maybe a park or somewhere like that. You're going to measure the same so that you can compare. Mm. So that's how you should do it. You're not going to just have it in one place and have that random measurement and then kind of say, that's high. Like, you always compare with other measurements.
That's how I understand science is meant to be done. But they've been lacking in a lot of departments.
You need to look into where you get your information from.
I get it from everywhere. I take every side. I'll take the ones who I don't believe, but I want to know why I don't believe them. And I'll take the ones I believe, and I want to know why I believe them.
Okay.
Because I'm not free of being corrupted by, false information. I'm not saying it's like a conspiracy, but it's so open to interpretation by a lot of people who put it out there in the first place. Alleged scientists, professors, and so on and so forth. It's muddied the waters. And now there's no clear, well, this is A and this is B, and that is all there is. That's been muddied up now because there's such an influx of talking heads.
To be, like I said, I know I already said that, to be honest, whether the information, you believe in the information or not, I still think, you know what, I think we should be respectful of our planet, of our environment.
Our planet.
Of the planet, if you want to call it like that. And when people go to the woods and whatever, we say leave no trace. Mm-hmm. And I think that's just a good principle to live your life by the best you can. Or we're all leaving a trace. We're all
packaging is the biggest culprit. I think at the moment everything is plastic.
So, but everything we do is going to leave a trace. But if we keep in mind that we're trying to keep it as minimal and have as minimal an impact as we can.
Yeah, I just think they're going about it the wrong way.
It's a good value to have. Whether you believe in climate change or you believe in other things, it's just.
But those would say, for argument's sake, for those who manufacture all these wrapping and packaging and shit, surely they should be getting tariffed the fuck. to bring down or be, something that's more biodegradable instead of fucking plastic and everything 10 times. Even your clothes. A lot of our clothes are just full of plastic, which is not good for your... I mean, we have an electric current in us, and that plastic affects it. And that in turn affects your mood and your health. You would think that some fucking watchdog, someone say, wait a minute, this isn't good for the body. Sure, look, it's cheaper. Bullshit.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Well,
greed is driving it all the time, and then you have all the liars coming on with the politicians to say, no, it's grand. Because they're getting their handy job laid on with stupid money.
Well, look, I don't know anything about the politicians, Like,
yeah, we're not saying what's right and wrong. I'm just saying, you say one thing, and I say, I heard something about that. This is what I heard. And you can say, yeah, but you're fucking tapped.
But to be honest, I agree with you about the packaging and all that. But then you can go a little step further and kind of saying, well, we need to buy less, anyways. We're pushed to consume and buy all the time.
I agree 100% with that.
And if you buy less, that means there's going to be less packaging, anyways. So,
but I think there can be less packaging, regardless of how many people are buying stuff. They just
but it
stop
goes
being a greedy
hand.
cunt. They're just being greedy. That's all it is.
I don't really understand, to be honest, the whole packaging thing. Like, why there's so much packaging for certain items.
Because they're just cunts. End of. I mean, everything today, you can walk into any city, town or village, go into any of the main shops in that said village or town or city, and it's just like, most of the food in there is probably not good for you. Most of the fruit in there is probably months old before you get your hands on it. So God only knows what's in that to make it look like it just came off a tree.
Yeah.
When in fact it did not. And it's been shipped in from Brazil probably or further afield like that. So it's all gone to fuck, like.
Yeah, but that's
You'd
where
have to wonder,
you
was it
can
ever
choose to buy seasonal food from your local producer.
Yeah, right. And what's he doing now to compete with them? Just to stay open?
Well, I mean, you can, like...
It's a vicious circle for those folks, because they're just been bled dry.
No, it's tough. It's tough and it's more expensive.
And you see what the government's doing to farmers, and I hope what effect will that have on your food in another 5 years. They want you to buy all this. Oh, we made this in a test tube, but it's great for you. I'll give it a pass. Go off shooting rabbits somewhere.
I haven't found that in the shops yet, though. Have you?
It's in Tesco's now.
What is?
Well, some of the meats have like some fucking, but they have to put it on the wrapping. But I don't trust the wrapping either, because a few years ago when I would be bored and I was running late somewhere, so I said I'll stop buying this particular shop and I'll just grab a steak. And I got one of those steaks that were in a packet, because there's no butcher in there. It's just one of those, everything is fucking whatever. So Irish, okay. So I go home, and while I'm burning the steak, I'm reading the fucking thing. Oh, where exactly did it come from? Irish made steak, but it came from a farm in England. It's just the packaging was made in Ireland.
Oh yes,
the trickery.
They put the
marketing
little flag
is a pure
and
cunt,
they put packed in Ireland. Yeah, and it's
So it's like,
so wait a minute. You have to read more.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to. You know what I mean? Because where's the trust? Like, there's no trust.
Yeah, but the whole point is that if I know it's an effort, but if you do read more, and then you make your choice, and hoping that as many people as possible do that, then the shops will be
as many people. All people are doing now is
supply that kind of food. If that's what the consumer wants, if the consumers demand local food that's.
If that was the case, they wouldn't have allowed Tesco, Lidl, and Aldi in the first place. Now Tesco, Lidl, and Aldi will tell you, oh look, there's John, a local farmer in County Meath. That's where we're getting our stuff from.
Yeah.
And you have to say, no, I have to fucking see if that's actually a fact. Is that actually true? Because the fucking steak I got in the other shop said something similar. And there was no farmer in Ireland involved. It was just maybe a photo of his farm on the packaging.
Yeah.
So it's like the fuckery is immense. And that's just in your food in the shop.
Yeah.
So it's just like, since you left out, since it's been kind of... You're not meant to have in a society a fucking monopoly on news, on banking, and on food. These three things are like the pillars of any fucking society. And as soon as a monopoly occurs, which they all have now, you're fucked. You'll eat what we tell you to eat, and you'll bank how we tell you to bank. I mean, you go in there, you can't even take your own money out of your bank. You can only take so much out. Fuck it, I hate all that shit. Like, I'll use the bank minimal. I mean, zero.
Don't say that on your podcast.
Fuck 'em, why? I don't trust the cunts. And their rates are always going up then while they're telling me what I can do with my money. That I fucking earned my hardest fucking way. And they're telling me how I can behave with my money. Fuck them cunts. I've no time for them. They're crooks, a lot of them.
Okay.
But that's just me. I'm funny that way, you know what I mean?
You're a rebel.
I'm not a rebel. That's the sad fucking fact. I'm a normal guy with normal fucking expectations.
So.
If I set up a fucking business, the customer wants this. I say, well, actually, I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do this. We'll haggle for the best deal for both of us. I'm happy that I get this much money. He's happy that that's the money he's going to pay, and he'll get all of this, and off we go. We're both happy. We both get what we want. But then you go to this cunt, say, I'm going to lodge my money in here so I don't lose it. And then I'll go in the next day and I'll say, yeah, I need to take out this much because I have to buy something. And they're like, oh no. You can take out this much today and maybe give it a few days. Come back and take out. And I'm like, close my account, you cunt. Close it immediately. I mean, it's sickens me. But everyone's like, oh, okay. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
It's the way it is because you allow it. You tolerate is the wrong word. You let it. Too many people are like, oh, okay. No, okay. Burn the fucking thing down, I say. Burn the churches down. Burn the banks down. That's how you do it.
You are a bit of a rebel.
I just don't like this fucking totalitarian smell around the place.
Okay.
It's disgusting. And it's like, in this day and age, what the fuck? A handful of psychopaths who just so happen to be multi-billionaires because they're fucking good crooks think they can dictate to a fucking planet how to live? Get the fuck. They should be fucking the first ones to launch into space. Good luck. Let me know how that goes. Do you know, I mean, lately, it's this time of year, I've just, my bullshit tolerance is zero. And the more I see it, it's like, yeah, it's just bullshit everywhere.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Look at what went down there in Canada in the last 2 years. What's going on now in England, right next door. The British Commonwealth is what the two of them are. And we're on the fucking doorstep. And then what's going on over in the fucking Looney Tune America. And we're stuck in the middle of all that. And we got our own shit then with the cunts we have. So it's like, this is a bad smell. I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, fair enough.
You know, and if you go on, then you'll have these. I've noticed you'll have these people try to fucking do this intellectual intimidation bullshit, like talking down to the people, saying, "Oh, you wouldn't understand X, Y, and Z," to which they should get a shot in the fucking jaw, as far as I'm concerned. It's just like constant wave after wave, and people are getting a bit fucking sick of it.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I'm a polite individual. I'm charming as fuck. You know what I mean? I'm easygoing. But there are people in the world who are fucking not. They feel like they've been hard done by, they've been robbed or something.
Yeah.
And they're big and they're beastie and they're not fucking nice. They're not charming. And if they get together and get the right frequency between them all on the same thing, then we're all fucked. Because then it's like barbarians are at the gate. And then we all suffer that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And it's not an exaggeration. It's not. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's a bad vibe going on.
I don't know what to say.
Say nothing at all. It's just a day for conversation.
I suppose for me, I don't really worry about too much about what I feel I can't do much about, you know. So I do my best at my
level. Do you
vote
when you have to vote?
I vote, yeah. I actually have.
So even there is that I'm the same. As much as I procrastinate, I will vote, and I'll be thinking, what's the point?
I know you have to vote.
That's the hopeful part of me. Saying, look, just do it. Just make the best choice you can with what's in front of you, and hope for the best.
Yeah.
And it's just, I still come away feeling like I should go fucking have a shower because I feel dirty. I feel like I've taken part in the lie.
But that's a right that your, ancestors or grandparents earned. You have to vote. You
don't have to, but you have the option at least.
In Belgium, it's compulsory.
But that's you want to sort that out. Belgium, there's a girl I follow in Belgium on YouTube. She's an archery fanatic, an outdoors fanatic. I forget the name of of the thing, but she's a bit extreme for my liking.
Really?
I think, yeah.
For your liking?
She's like, end of the world, this is what you have to have in your back room. This bag is packed and ready to go.
The other side, okay.
Do you know, like, okay, let's take it down a notch. Let's calm the fuck down to it. It's not that bad just yet. But this girl's taking no chances.
Oh,
like,
really? Okay.
Yeah, and she was going on about hunting was... I forget what date was on this video, but hunting was allowed with the bow in Belgium, and now it's not. It's been made illegal.
No, I never did archery in Belgium, so...
I don't know. I mean, I assumed the only people who'd go hunting ever in archery would be people who were competent enough to do so.
Yeah.
Because hunting, even with a rifle, is not easy.
Yeah.
You know, I imagine it's something you're born into. You know what I mean? Where you go with mommy and daddy and you're watching them do their thing. Because I know some people who do hunting and to do these courses and how to dice up the meat to kill and how to dispose of everything. It sounded fucking gruesome to me, but I was like,
I'd say, yeah, it is, yeah. I know my granddad used to be a hunter, so on my mom's side in Belgium. So.
All right.
And so, like that, the stories of him bringing the deer back, and then you know.
See, a deer is a bit different to a few rabbits on the bicycle. That's what our grandfather would be bringing back. A few rabbits and maybe a basket of fish. Very meager. But fucking having a deer across the hood of the car, different ball.
Well, I don't think that was that style, no.
But they chop them up in the field and take them in bags, I suppose. I don't know. But it's, look, sometimes you'd be thinking, oh, I'd love to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Because I imagine if I went hunting, shot something, be it with a rifle or a bow, I'd be like, that's the one now. I'd probably get food poisoning straight away.
Yeah, I would it's not the same, but I would like to be able to clean chickens, you know. If you have your own chicken, and then if you can, get
government stuff,
and all that. I don't know how to do that. I think that'd be a good skill to have.
Well, I imagine it can't be much different than doing a fish.
I have never done fish either.
Oh really?
It seems gross. It is anyways,
totally gross. It's fucking.
But
disgusting.
I think it'd be a good skill to have.
But it's only disgusting for the first one or two. After that, then you kind of say, I got to get this done quickly and just clean. Okay. And you get it. It just kind of comes to you.
Really?
Yeah, I felt that anyway. Yeah. I was there like, I don't want to do it. It's like, ugh. But then chop, fucking rip it up and then pull all this out. And I'm like, oh, wash it out.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then you do it again and again, and the next thing you're like a machine.
I think fish must be easier than chicken.
Well, they're smaller.
But
I mean, the principle is the same.
Because I'd say it's something.
Off with the head, off with the legs or whatever a chicken is. Rip open the chest.
Yeah.
Is it? The chest? No. Rip open somewhere.
See, there you go.
Go to YouTube. There's a lot of videos on YouTube about it. But away from all the end of the world talk anyway, what about do you like study rocks or something? Or
yeah. Study geology.
Geology?
Yes.
How'd you get into that?
Because so when I went to college back in the days, there was no environmental science degree, so then I went for earth science.
Right.
So it's a long time ago.
So you're a tree hugger from day one?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
So
Hippie.
I was like, okay. If there's no environment, I'll do earth science, and then not really knowing what it was about, except that it was about, the earth, and so I ended up studying a lot about minerals and things like that. So, but like that, you'd have people who might come to you with a rock and say, what's this? So some of them, they're very straightforward. Some of them, you kind of like, okay. Normally, if I was back in college, I would have had a thin section, and then you can look under the microscope and you can tell exactly what kind of rock it is. So it's not always as straightforward, I think, But in general, you kind of get the gist of what type of rock it is. So, but yeah. So that's and fossils and all that. That's all part of it. So.
Fossils are cool, especially with limestone. I'm working with limestone. You get some mad fossils. Actually, I show you. Remind me to show you what I have in the kitchen before you go.
Okay.
I was doing this white limestone, and I just cracked this big boy in half, and there was like maybe something like that, but it's like 3D.
Yeah.
And it just popped out and left these two. It's cool. I was thinking to get a necklace made out of it.
Oh, very nice.
But I figured if it hits you in the tooth at all...
Well, depending on what you do.
But if you're running and you just forget you've this fucking thing, it'll...
Well, you make it small, like one that's just...
like a choke chain or something, yeah. No, this thing is super cool.
Oh,
I think
good.
if I one or two, I'm going to show you before you go. It's so detailed.
What does it look like?
It looks like some kind of sea guy.
Like an ammonite or something? Like
a
snail?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It's cool though.
Yeah,
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
It's so... You'd have to look at it. It's so cool.
Yeah.
But it's still there, I think, if it survived the kids. It's still
and
up
the
there.
dogs.
And the dogs. Especially Kaya now. She's reaching like mad. But a funny thing about that stone thing, because I'd be checking out stonemasons and stuff and all around the world, see kind of the difference in how they do what they do and what kind of stone that be used and stuff. And now what I'm about to tell you, I have no dog in that fight. I have no belief in it, but I thought it was fucking funny as fuck. And I'm going to tell you on those grounds.
Okay.
But there are these people, and they go around the world with their drones, and they be checking out mountain ranges and cliffs and all of this jazz. Some are by coastal waters, some are in the middle of fucking rainforests, some are in the desert. They have a collection. They've been everywhere. But they said, do you see it? And then they'll pause. This is the video I'll be watching now. I'm like, what am I looking for? And next thing, this fucking white outline will appear on the screen as if it's like being in a lecture. And there's this fucking like a dinosaur or something, or a snake's head, or a dragon's head, and it's in the stone. And then they have this one where there's a big mountain, and then there's an arc coming off of it, and then there's all these spiky bits coming out of the back. And when they outline it, you're like, phew! Of course, I see it. Yeah. And then there's like hands, like massive hands, and you see the fingers, and I'm like, nature's amazing. But they're saying, no. These things were petrified by some great event that happened way before us on this plane of existence. These are the same people now who probably think that you're not on a planet per se, but a plane.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I don't throw hate at anyone. A curious mind, they'll find their way eventually, I feel, if they keep going in until, some people get a bit mental, but there's nothing wrong with it, because no one has proven shit about any of it. So they're free to speculate as far as I'm concerned. And why not? It's healthy. But anyway, they're going on about this. I don't know where they're getting this petrified thing from. But they go then, is it China? Somewhere in China, where they had these things that look like King fucking Kong. If you can imagine, with trees growing out of them. But when they chop off bits of it and they take it back to wherever they're going, this yard, and it's like the red. That's when they break it up, the red and white. It's kind of like looking in the window of a butcher shop.
Okay.
That's what you're looking at when they break up the stone.
Yeah.
And then with your man in your ear, and you're looking at this, and you're thinking, I don't know, this is very fucking strange. But it's not really. You can argue positively against and for anything these days. But I just thought, for someone with your background, education and whatnot, maybe you should look at these just to see what you see.
Okay, well, send me the link.
I'm just hungover. That's all that's wrong with me. I'm just hungover. I'm just not going to watch this anymore. Go look for some pretty girls or something, because my mind would go somewhere dark and I'd be like setting buildings on fire. Because it's like there's so many fun things you can get involved with when it comes to like the lie that is history, or history is a lie, whatever they want to call it. You know, the real history. If you go back beyond 200 years, everything is up for grabs kind of thing. In regards to a lot of people's... There's a lot of very creative individuals making these documentaries and stuff. And I started watching documentaries. I think we moved out here because we're in the middle of fucking nowhere. Mm-hmm. Zero social life. First baby just arrived. So we're kind of subdued. It's like, what are we going to do? So it's like you don't go out. You're happy to stay at home, and you're like, okay, I'm going to watch some documentaries while they're sleeping. And I'm like, the minute I hear the baby, I'm into action. So I'm watching these documentaries usually in the winter. I've seen all the weird ones, and then they're getting weirder. And it's like, fuck. At least they're weird face value. It's like, well, the aliens came down, and And I'm really? Okay. So you say, well, I can't get much from this. This is just like watching a movie, really. It's one documentary about a topic. So maybe it'd be wise for me to search for more documentaries on this topic, but from different people. Because they'll all have different political backgrounds, religious beliefs. And if it cuts through all of these things that divides most people and brings these people together, then maybe there's an ounce of something in it worth, watching. And usually I'm laughing my whole off at them because I'm like, oh my God. You're meant to be educated people, the cream of the crop. And sometimes they come up with stuff that is just mind-blowingly fucking stupid. And I mean that. I mean, it's just, there was a couple there on this radio. There was like, your one was like, she speaks with dead people, we'll say.
Okay.
And your man then was like a guy who was like, he was chasing UFOs and interviewing people who claimed to have been abducted by aliens and they can remember their experience under hypnosis.
Yeah.
So he's bringing his bag of stories. She's bringing her bag. And what blew my mind, in the first 10 minutes of this interview, I think she was the host. She's some like radio show. And I think she was the host, but she had this condescending fucking tone to him because he was a UFO guy.
Oh.
And she had superiority because she was a psychic. And I just thought, my fucking God, these people are cracked. They're tapped. They're definitely unhinged. I mean, I like having an open mind, but not so open that my brain falls out. Do you know what I mean? You gotta be like, well, it's not beyond fucking limits of reality. Maybe it's something to ponder. But these people, man, they just get the ball and they fucking run with it. And damn reality, like.
Yeah.
So, but they're done so high production.
Really?
But it's like the news. That's just fucking entertainment. If you go and buy a Sunday newspaper and you take out the TV magazine, under entertainment is the news.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And pretty much every fucking magazine or wherever you can find your programs, it's like programming entertainment.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing that defines it separate from entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
So straight away I'm like, I pick up on these things like, I don't know. I don't know. I can't believe it.
It's not very entertaining.
But it's distraction. That's what entertainment's all about. It's about distracting you from what's fucking right in front of you.
Yeah.
That's why we have these phones.
Yeah.
We're all addicted to the fucking things, like.
We are, yeah.
And it's all just bland entertainment, really. When you step back and go detox for a week, and you see the effect, it's like giving up sugar. If a fat kid gave up sugar completely for a week, it's like a heroin junkie. It's nothing nice to be watching at all. Same if anybody puts down their phone, from intelligent to stupid. Everyone would be affected equally bad. And it's like they'll get physical repercussions. Mood swings and all of this stuff. It's just like with sugar. So it's I
think you feel better though if you don't use your phone.
If you survive that, you will, yeah. I mean, I'm consciously arguing with myself about, God damn it, I told you leave the phone in the van.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, I'm just going to listen to a podcast, or I'm just going to listen to music, or I'm expecting a call. I just have it out of reach.
Yeah.
But every time it beeps, you're picking it up. And then...
Oh, my phone is on silent all the time.
Depending on what mood you're fucking in, especially in the winter where it's harder to be, hey, everybody.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, oh yeah, I wonder what's happened there. And before you know it, you're 20 minutes down.
Yeah.
So it's like, hop fucking hammer off it,
Yeah.
So yeah, it is an addiction. But it's so well designed, like.
It's designed to make
you
be
a fucking
addict. Especially social media, like Facebook, Instagram. Like you open your phone and then you tap the button without even realizing. You're going to do something else, send a message to someone, and
you put it in your pocket and it's ringing somebody. Like, what the fuck? I just put them up. I locked the screen. That's because
you need to lock the screen.
No, they're cunt. But it's like what someone was saying. It's like the internet is the best university in the world if you're not lazy. You can actually find bona fide, actual fucking proper conduct rooted in the real world, historically in the real world, by the people who know what they're fucking on about.
Yeah.
But it's getting lost in a sea of lazy.
Oh, yeah.
And, so it's like it can be the perfect instrument to benefit you in whatever it is you're looking to benefit in.
Yeah.
Or it can be the perfect sleeping tablet. So it's like, They're your choices.
Yeah, I think, like, personally, I would like it if we could do away with phones, mobile phones. I think it's doing a lot of harm to people.
Yeah, but maybe it's just a transition period. And it's only, how many years is it now? Like
10, 15?
Since you've had, that's no time. Like,
I know that, but like kids and all that, like teens.
Kids, fucking adults are worse than the kids. With their betting, their gambling, they can gamble 24/7 now. Lose their life.
Yeah. Well, whatever, but it's still, you know, whatever. I think, no, I mean,
it's only their house,
I'm thinking about
their wife, their kids.
You know, well, I don't do gambling, so I don't know about that. But like, I just think like it's doing a lot more harm than we think. But I don't realize, you know. I think we will, like in 5 or 10 years' time, I think we will kind of look back and say like, why did we give phones to like teenagers? Like, it's crazy. I mean, our kids have it too, so I'm not saying I'm not doing it, but like, it just was so hard to not give them the phone until they were 12, you know, because everybody at school had a phone, you know, and you're fighting that pressure non-stop. And we were giving them, the first phone was like a button phone, you know, an old one. The Nokia. And they were like, you know, so embarrassed.
Not impressed.
So, you know, but like it's very, I think we will really, you know, go back over this and we'll be like, it's wrong, you know.
I've no doubt. It seems our generation are the fuck up. Or the experiment generation. We didn't mess up shit. The cunts before us did. Okay? We're like the forgotten people in a sense. Because it's like you're the wrong age now and everything is already shifted this way and you're too late. Sorry,
we're not too late. That's the whole thing, you know.
Well, you're not too late if you just tell them to fuck off. I'm not playing your game. Yeah. I'm just going to do my own thing. Fuck you. But I mean, you know, you have to take what you want from it. Like I said, use it like a tool, as opposed to let it use you like a tool.
Yeah. No, it is. Look, it's a very useful tool. I'm not saying it isn't. I just think that, you know what, we weren't much worse off, you know, when. Now, I know we were just kids in the 80s, but when people didn't have mobile phones.
Awesome.
You know?
We did so many weird and wonderful things outside usually. But it's is it not a reflection on a lack of education on people?
But that's because it was dumped on us, like, here's a mobile phone, they're amazing, they're cheap, and everybody can get one. And then there was no kind of control. And I know who would control that, okay? But like, we had no way. We're learning the hard way.
Yeah.
How bad it can be, I think, and obviously not everybody's affected the same way. And I'd say most kids will be fine and all that, but I still think that looking back,
collateral damage is acceptable to some cunt.
I mean, I'm not like, and they're amazing tools, you know. I mean, we use a GPS, we can contact the kids, you know, at the drop of a hat. We know where they are and stuff like that. So I'm not saying that I'm anti-phone. I just think that, you know what, maybe it was easier when we didn't have them.
Well, I suppose you're meant to get used to what you have, really. But this has been you have, like you said, the social media people, they've gone and been bold. Yes. They're getting in these fucking psychologists who deal with fucking, you know, casinos and fucking with the lights and shit.
Like that,
and what keeps people there? What keeps them more on our product? So
Facebook and all that.
So these people should really be getting reprimanded on this. Yeah. This behaviour is wrong.
Oh, it's just fucking wrong. It's designing a product. I find it, for me, I suppose because we have kids and you have children too, and I think the fact that on top of it, it's bad enough targeting adults, but that they target kids. Yeah. It's like it's criminal. It's, you know, because they're like completely vulnerable. They have no way to know it's not normal.
Yeah, they think that's normal, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And when you're saying turn that off, you're the evil one then.
Yeah.
Because they don't have we'll say, the stamina in the brain to just pay attention while you finish a fucking sentence to explain yourself, and they're like, you're such a cunt. Why, you just don't want me being happy?
Did they say that to you?
Yeah, and worse. I mean, this guy, Sabby's like, sometimes I'm like, I'll put YouTube on for you, because he's just fucking too much, like, you know what I
Oh
mean?
well, no, and look, we've all done it.
We
and
tried
keep
to
it
have
early on and
we
watch
tried to say,
something.
right, in the morning he can have like half an hour to an hour maximum.
Yeah.
In the evening, drag it out as far as we can.
Yeah.
And then he can maybe have an hour and a half or something like that.
Yeah.
But I want him to watch. I put something on about dinosaurs from this morning.
Yeah.
About it was a documentary about how we know the dinosaurs actually existed.
Okay.
So I was going through it, and then there was this thing about the meteor, and I was, surely that'll be a bundle of fun. So I put that on, and he's like, there were 2 dinosaur teddies, and he's like, they're not in this fucking documentary. So the documentary is shit, because his teddies aren't fucking in it.
Oh.
And like, you're nearly 6 years old, you want to grow the fuck up, talking this kind of crazy to daddy on a Sunday. But so it's like, you can't, from the off you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're totally fucked from the off. So you can just hope that the DNA will win through the day at some stage of their life, and they'll just snap out. But I don't see it happening. They're fucked.
Well, no, I think, like, I know now our kids are older, and I know that sometimes you hear kind of quite wise comments, kind of like, oh, you know, I can't believe, you know, we used to spend so much time watching this or that. So I'm kind of like, oh wow, okay, so it actually eventually the coin drops, you know.
Yeah,
so,
does it?
So, you know, there's hope. I'm not saying that they are still using their phones a lot and all that, but I think they use it differently than, say, they would have maybe a few years ago. What I find the other thing is that with, like, say, YouTube, you know, as you have all the ads. So because our kids are older, when they were very small, we only had DVDs, so there was no advertisement then. You know, we kind of choose they choose what they watched, like Barney non-stop. I don't know if that's
I made the
around.
mistake of fucking, because ads drive me insane, and I'm like, I go to, you can opt out of it for like so much a month.
Oh really?
So that's what I did.
Oh okay.
But it can be on like 3 computers in the house, so we can be all on a different thing on the same YouTube without the ads.
Well, that's really good.
It is, but unfortunately, you know, if they use, what do they use? There's another, is it a phone or his thing? If his thing is, say the electricity goes out in a storm.
Yeah.
And then he wants to use he'll use his iPad but on his mother's phone.
Yeah.
You know,
Then
they'll get the internet off of that.
Yeah.
Then the ads, and he's like, what the fuck?
This is amazing.
He's autistic. And
yeah.
Sometimes he gets very bad meltdowns, like out of the fucking blue.
Yeah.
And they're severe, and you're like, you'll be stressed to the fucking nines.
Yeah.
I'd kill him. It's a matter of time. But it's just, so that something like that can throw him. And it's like a nuclear fucking warhead. Because you're just getting used to, the candles are on, it's okay, we're all good. We got the little gas cooker for camping to use if we need it. It'll only be a few hours, it usually is. But this fucking guy, crazy meltdown, and it's screaming, and it's the constant. It could go on for a week, like. And it's not the fact, it's just the fact that it's constant.
And
that'll drive
it's triggered by the ads.
It could be, it's not his normal routine.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it might be, you might get lucky, he might see an natty lights or something.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of it is a lot of routine, and sometimes his routine will change because he's growing.
Yeah.
But he won't fucking inform you that it's changed. You have to figure that shit out, like.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes most of the time you will, but you have to be like on point with every.
Yeah.
I mean, where she's with him all the time, she doesn't even know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're fucked. You're in a storm more than you're not, and you can get very unhinged emotionally and try to be patient. She says to me, be patient, and I'm like, what? And I'm thinking I'd fucking throw her out the window. And the kids with them, like, I'll go to work in the van, you won't see me no more. I'm like, you be tested like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So I'm getting no ads on fucking YouTube. Once is enough. So I'm happy to have no ads.
Yeah, but it's great. I think because some of the stuff like targeting the kids, and it's no, I don't really watch YouTube that much, but I know like our youngest.
You don't have to watch YouTube. You just have to look at the music, and well, if you want to call it a music industry, the over sexualization of that fucking thing is just, what the fuck? How are they getting away with that? I'd like to know. Yeah. And it's the same in the fashion world.
I only listen to really
they used to be
stuff.
Abstract, but now they're so fucking spaced. Do you want some of this water? This
no, I'm good, thanks.
Copper water? I'm gonna get it because it look good.
It's mineral water,
Yes. But you can't have too much of it because your tongue will go green and you'll die of metal poison. So I'm like, maybe I'll just OD on water today. He was a lovely guy. He was found in his studio with a green tongue.
OD'd on copper.
OD'd on copper water. Fucking Indians got me. But so that's where we are. It's all just hunky fucking dory. But yeah, kids change everything, don't they?
Yeah.
I fucking know. It's a tough old station. And my mother and father had I have 5 brothers and 5 sisters.
Oh, you serious? Wow.
My mother and father are mental.
And which one are you? What number are you?
I'm the second oldest.
Oh, wow.
But if you met my brother David, have you?
Yeah.
Everyone used to think he was older than me.
Yeah.
He's
is he
sensible
not?
as fuck, like. But
what number is he?
He's 3. He's number 3.
Okay.
But I'm number 2.
Wow.
I'm the first of the guys. We have an older sister, Melinda. And then there's a whole bunch of crazy after us. But yeah, I'd be like, how the fuck? Because even when we were just junior and when he was starting to grow, and Lucy kind of like, there's something wrong with him, because he's fine. I said, he's fine. It's natural. He's just taking his time doing whatever he's going to do.
Yeah.
And then he'd have these meltdowns and shit. I'm like, oh my God, this cunt. But I don't. We went and see all these fucking experts.
Yeah.
And after the first time I meet them, I'm not allowed to meet them anymore. Because I'm like, I'm calling them out and they're bullshit. So what book you're reading to get this information? Because I didn't witness anything. So I was like, maybe I'm stupid, okay? But just tell me what the fuck you're seeing or you're thinking you're seeing, and what the fuck makes you think you'll... Because the way they were doing it was like fucking hillbillyville. Pure, retarded, lacking common sense. I mean, I just asked a few questions in my charming manner, and you one got pure cunt with me. Now, straight away I was like, okay, that's just not on. So I got pure cunt back with her. And then the two of them got all weird. So then I'm not allowed to see these people anymore. But I was like, in my head I had my mind made up. I see him every day. I was at home with him from day one, like.
Yeah.
And he's fine.
Yeah.
He really... Alright, he's a bit fucking extreme. He's kind of hard work.
Yeah.
But that's only when he has a meltdown.
Yeah.
Other than that, we'd say 95% of the time, he's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Truly, he's awesome. He's so clever. He's so creative.
Yeah.
He's so sweet. He's a beautiful, beautiful soul. So I'm just thinking, I think he'd be fucking fine. He'd probably be better off than we are in time as he grows into the world. I see, just because he doesn't fit into their shit.
Yeah.
Which is, we all know is shit anyway. So why would you want to fucking willingly, wantingly go into their bullshit world? His world is way cooler. And I don't see him, I just see him as an advanced individual. And he's probably bored and alienated by the fact that he's advanced.
Yeah.
And I can understand that a lot. Because he's just very cool.
Oh, that's really nice.
But these cunts then that I met in this fucking hospital place, I'm like, there's no fucking way we're coming back here. He's no business here. Fucking zero business here. And I coursed in Lucy, because Lucy be reading all the books.
Yes, that would
and she
be
goes,
me.
well, if a fucking doctor says it, da-da-da-da-da-dum. And I'm like, that doesn't mean he's fucking right. Doctors can be wrong. People die every day, okay? So I'm not listening to no doctor. Doctor doesn't even know Jay. I'm with him every day of his life.
Yeah.
Good and bad and everything in between. I know my boy. And they say, you're just being biased because I'll put you in a fucking hospital now if you keep talking crazy. But it is what it is. He's just... See, they don't know shit. You can't expect to bring a child into a strange environment, to a strange person, and then fucking have that person dictate they do X, Y, and Z and expect them to, like a trained fucking monkey, do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
the child is a brain, and they're like, who's this crazy cunt talking to me like that?
I hope he doesn't say that.
He looks at me as if to say, what the fuck is this one all about? And I'm like, I know, right? They're fucking
But
tapped.
I remember now, obviously that's not the same for us, but like when our first one went to the public health place, and then she had to pile up some cubes, and you're like, I know she can do it. Why is she not doing it? And like you say, it's a different environment, different people. They might be a bit weirded out. and you kind of like, in your head, you're like, come on, do it. You know how to do it.
I'd be like, fuck them, kid, don't do shit. Fuck them, but they're only justifying their existence. They're not even qualified for it. Because I'd be online, like, checking out what these people who are held up as an authority on a global scale, who've written books and who've been talking about it, giving lectures about it, and I'm watching these lectures and I'm like, I can relate to what this person is saying and what they're suggesting, but why is it completely the opposite in what we're being told over here? I'm like, this is fucked up. So there's no common sense over here. Over here it's all out of common sense and a bit of fucking, experiment or observation more than experiment. I said, maybe we should start with a brain scan. Maybe we should check with the gut. Maybe the food they're eating is causing an inflammation in the brain, which in turn is causing fucking these crazy wacky fucking moments. And they're, it's like if you hurt an animal, it marks them, you know what I mean? Inside, it marks their behaviour.
Yeah.
So these things have to be looked deep in. And sometimes, like I remember saying to Lucy, let these fuckers be as wild as the wind. I mean, they'll fucking break our hearts either way. But it's a gift, I think, to let a child be as fucking wild. I'm regretting it now. Like that was the worst thing, the worst decision you could make. But I still firmly believe later on in life it'll serve him well. It'll be instilled in him to be that fucking jungle man, the mountain man, he'll have that. The wind will be with him as opposed to against him. So the two of them, and but it's fucking hard work. I don't know how my parents fucking. I'd be there to my mother. We just junior like, and goes, how the fuck did you do what you did? Said you can't be right in the head like fucking hippie. But yeah, that's the kids for you.
Yeah.
So how did you meet fucking Romeo?
When I was in college, then I had at the end of my environmental. So I did geology and then I did environmental sciences, and then I had to do work experience, and I did work experience in Ireland, in Dublin, and I started my first job there was with Owen's brother. So then 2 years later, then I met Owen. So I know his brother 2 years longer than him. So.
And he didn't warn you or nothing. No. He's some friend. Owen's a bit of a MacGyver, isn't he?
Yes, he likes.
He'd be telling me all the things he'd be doing. Like, what? I don't understand a word you're saying to me. How did you do that? Well, there was a car outside. I was using it for this, but I had this thing and I could convert it to that. Oh, fuck. I was just thinking, that movie Back to the Future in the 80s?
Oh, yes.
With the Mad Doctor and Michael J. Fox. I was getting that kind of vibe off of him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, nearly the hairs. Yeah.
But the enthusiasm is what struck me immediately. There was this fucking innocent, enthusiastic energy. And I like this. This is rare. And I think the more you come across that, the more you should nurture this, I think. Or pay attention to it. Because it's infectious. And that's where you get people who might fucking, something will click. Especially if they have that aptitude for those things, be it engineering or archery or whatever, that he's getting all enthusiastic about.
It
triggers something in them, and then they're like, I found my master. That kind of thing, you know what I mean?
That's funny. Yesterday I said to him he was going to be like Master Shifu.
Because I think I've only maybe 2 teachers in my whole lifetime, and they were brief, because I'd be getting kicked out quite a lot frequently because I was living in a stupid time. And if you didn't cut your hair, you were expelled. Those kind of stupid times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but the 2 teachers I met were bold, creative types.
Yeah.
And they had that fucking, that enthusiasm. And it was just a genuine enthusiasm for whatever the fuck they're on about.
Yeah.
And I just thought that's always what struck me, was that enthusiasm. So, but when someone comes to me in the archery world, will say, you're doing it wrong. I'm like, smack this gun down in a minute. And they'll show you how they should do it. And I'm like, for you that might work, but not for me.
Yeah.
And just to fucking,
Oh, really? Like when you're shooting and stuff?
Yeah, at the start. Maybe to be polite.
Yeah,
I'd say,
I like that.
Sure, I'll give it a go. And I said, this feels so wrong.
No,
I feel like I'm all restricted.
I like the advice. I find that I'm not always going to take it, but I think that's nice. I find that.
I'd entertain
but I
it.
I miss a lot, so maybe that's why I appreciate the advice.
That's a lack of confidence that you created in your own mind based on your accents, which is that. See, you're still there.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you're doing it or not. It's still in you, and it's still in your mind, and the memories are still there. You know what it feels like to loose the arrow.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, so that's still there. I honestly think the more information I get, the worse I get. I prefer to just give me the basics. No, fucking leave me figure this out. Let me feel my way.
Yeah.
Because you know, people say, "Where's the button on your bow?" Because I put it in my pocket.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck are you doing, cop on? I'm like.
No,
it was causing me issues.
I like it because I like to see the way other people do it too. That doesn't
so
mean
diverse,
I'm
isn't
do
it?
But like, there's people who would be like, "Oh, you're spending too long, Amy."
Yeah.
You know, just and when I see the way they do it, and it's different. Doesn't mean I can do it, but I like that. You know, I actually really like that in archery that people feel comfortable to share advice. You know,
I wish some of them wouldn't. I really do, because they don't have the people skills to articulate it.
Okay, maybe I've been really lucky that I always
Clearly.
have people who have good people skills in my team. So
No.
You know.
There's some people I've only maybe one or two times in the last year when I'd be on a team and there'd be usually one person and I'd be just imagining biting their fucking head.
But I mean, you're very good.
I'm
so
not very.
You know
I'll
what
tell
you're
you what's
doing.
annoying about me. I have this standard that flirts with me. In other words, I can shoot like a fucking legend for like maybe 10 shots in a row, and then I shoot like a retard for the rest of the day. And I'm like, what the fuck happened there? It's like you're two different people. Before the break, you're fucking awesome.
Oh, well, that's
after the break
just
you're
breaks
retarded.
The momentum.
It's just like,
yeah.
And it's just, what the fuck? I'm losing arrows. I'm breaking bits. And so for me, it's like, you can't tell me how to make this a better thing. This is a tumultuous relationship. Yeah. And we need to have a conversation.
Yeah.
So that's a private matter. Me and the inanimate object that is my bow. And we just got to figure this shit out. And I find it's something to do with the bow. It's more to do with the energy you bring to the day. If you bring the wrong mindset, or if you're kind of, I don't know. Some shoots I'll go to now, like the last one I went to. I only went to that because I knew in my head, well, this is my last shoot for the year.
Yeah.
I'm not bothered. It's not going to make any difference to me, you know, as anything. But I know that there might be a chance these people will be here. I'm going to meet them and have a crack.
Yeah, exactly.
And see you next year. And I'm out of there. And enjoy the day. The shooting, I'll practice. I'll use it as a practice. But as soon as the weather fucking cops the fuck on a bit, where I can maybe get a few hours a week outside, and then the Monday evenings in the hall, I've already got my target for like Jan or February 1st for the national indoors.
Oh yes.
So I'm going to train for that in my head already. And it's like, okay, my bow is way better than what it was earlier on this year at the indoors, which was a fucking
you got a new one.
Shit show of a fucking. But it was just like, I could have probably fixed that one. Because it was just the little bits that you attached to the bow. Like the arrow rest, the button. They were a complete nightmare on the day.
Oh,
and it was like, to be honest, they were kind of fucked going into the day. But I thought, I might meet someone who might be able to help me.
But you did really well though.
I fluked my way there. It was pure fluke. Because I was arguing with the bow.
So it was all in your head actually.
I wasn't even in the competition.
You were willing the arrow to go.
I was raging it. I said, you fucker. And it would go there. And I'd be like, when I consciously, you know, then I fuck up more. And then I get angry again. And then boom, 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 boom. Brilliant score. And then shit for the rest of the block. And then it was just someone else was having a shit day. And we were the same, so we had a shoot off.
Yeah.
And I was pissed off because I had to fucking go back down the hall, get my bow out, put it together. After a long day when you're trying to fucking focus.
You're ready to go home, and next thing...
So I'm in diva mode now, and I'm like raging like to put this fucking thing, and I'm like, where's this fucking target? And I knew I'm going to look the arrows like this, and I'm like, you fucker. And I just, pure rage. First 5 arrows, fucking rage. And I did fairly well. And it's just, I was able to keep ahead. That's all. It was pure fluke. Nothing to do with me, really. It was
well,
just
you were there, you shot. And,
I was, but you know,
won.
Yeah, but if I really was there and if I really won, I'd have been the gold. The silver and the bronze don't matter. They're like the first two losers in the whole competition.
That's not fair to say that to someone who rarely gets a medal.
That's because you don't fucking want to get a medal.
That's true too.
What category are you in?
Trad. So, but I'm not really that bothered.
Trad isn't fucking easy though.
So, and I don't really practice. So.
The Galway folks, they're all trad. They're very good.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're amazing.
I mean, as a group of people, there's a lot of them there that are fucking very good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to going there now. First time in the new year. I haven't been there yet.
When is that?
It's in April, I think.
Oh, okay.
Sometime I think they've one in April and one in June or July maybe. They were saying it to me at the Red Foxes shoot.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, the brother keeps telling me, but it's the way the layout is. It's meant to be just.
Yeah, I haven't been either, so yeah.
Well, I'm going, and I'm going to have a laugh. But I'm actually going to be going there. I'm kind of handpicking where I want to do well. And then the other ones I go to, then I'll be using as training. And then, there's a few in the course of the year where you're thinking, well, if I got on the podium even at all, that'd be progress. And that's how I'm going to mark my progress.
Yeah.
Unless I wake up in a pure cunt mood and go down there and just... Because you're your own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Because that's the beauty about archery. It's so fine-tuned to your individual self that it's like, at the end of the day, it really is up to you.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to pay attention to you, why should anyone else
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's and like everybody's different. I think you can kind of do it for yourself, It
has. Well, you are. I'm always competing against just me. I mean, I'll meet the legends in my category, all the fucking heavy hitters, and I'm gonna replace you now in about 2 years time. Just putting it out there, just so you know.
You have 2 years to enjoy this,
and they're looking at you like you're.
James is taking over.
Where's your doctor? But you gotta have the laugh. That's me having a laugh, but at the same time, I am putting it out there. That's my destination.
So it is.
It is my destination.
I don't think it's mine.
I'm just being funny about it, but it's a fact.
Yeah.
It's like a steel sword, samurai sword, wrapped in silk. The silk is like, oh yeah, I'm going to replace you, but I fucking am going to replace you. Do you know what I mean? But it gets the banter going, and then the expectation is been put out.
And they're watching you then.
Well, yeah, they will anyway, because I'm the loudest one there. And I'll be talking all the time. Oh, did you miss? But they're so good, and they're at it so long, because I was there, I was at where was I? The first year I was there, and I think I got the first bow, or maybe I was looking to get my new bow, and I was doing awesome. I was thinking, I have a natural talent for this shit. I'm so good. Then I get a new bow, and then it's pure shit. And I'm like raging for like months. I was a moody cunt because I was like, I'm meant to be going to the Olympics. No, you're going to no Olympics. You're not even getting the TV. But Phelan was there, who's been there for years doing archery.
Yeah.
And he's like, what's the problem? Because he's a nice guy. He thinks maybe he can help you. And you're like, I don't know. It's just it's shit. It was awesome a few weeks ago, and now it's just shit every time. And he goes, oh, well, don't worry about that. It's archery. I've been at it for years before I got to where I am. And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, I don't have this kind of time, okay? I need to be there,
now.
You should have seen me a few weeks ago. So in my head, but that was just, that you have to go through this at the start.
Yeah.
But it's lucky it happened at the start. So now it's in my head, I get it, you're an idiot. What you got to do is just fucking relax and enjoy it. You got to be at play. If you're at play, it flows.
Yeah.
But if you're trying, it's like squares.
Yeah.
Squares are shit. No one likes. I like curves. Let it flow. Squares not good for you. But when he said that, I was like, I thought my head was gonna blow up. Like, no, because
And was it fixed then?
No.
No. Oh.
But like I said, I've had moments there since then where it's like it's flirting with me, because I'll get shots that I shouldn't probably be getting,
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, that was a good shot. Maybe I could do it again. I love the ones where the they might be inches apart.
Yeah.
And they make this pat width to a target.
Yeah.
And I just sail through them and into the target. And I'm like, oh, breathe that in. That's a fucking beautiful shot. It was like a poem, a beautiful poem, watching the arrow go right through. And it's like it slowed down as you saw it. Those are the shots that I'm hooked on. Yeah. I want to see more of those shots.
I don't like them at all.
I love them.
Because I always hit the tree and then my arrow just goes off. And
that happens to me as well.
I hate losing arrows.
Yeah, but only make new ones.
I know, but I don't like it because it's the plastic as well. And my thing about the environment.
I have a fucking bag of plastic ones out the back there now, and I'm going to use them as like a practice, because I got all the gear you need now to make. To get your arrows ready. If you buy your arrows, you cut them to the right length for your draw.
Yeah.
Put the tape in, and then if you want to put wraps.
Yeah.
And then is it vapes on?
Veins.
Yeah, whatever the fuck.
Not vapes.
Vapes. What are the vapes? Is that the
thing.
arrow?
Vaps.
Oh, vaps.
On the spine before you put on your fucking your flights. See, this is another thing. I don't get the lingo in anything I take up, so I usually make up language that
I know. It's just
I can remember this word.
When you say vape, I just think about the thing that.
No, they're disgusting.
Thing.
They're bad for you.
I've got vapes on my arrows. It's very.
But it's you get the wrap. So I have these ones because you can't tell them what color you want on the thing. You get what you get.
Oh really?
And I like black and white. That's not good. Because the minute I loose the fucking arrow, where'd it go? I don't see it.
Yeah.
Where if you have the bright orangey ones or something, or the electric yellow lemon colour.
Yeah.
You've a fair idea seeing how
but then again,
go.
I find my arrows are orange and yellow, and in autumn with the leaves, it's actually amazing, like how they well camouflage. It's so
It's hard to get the right colour.
Yeah,
where you've a better chance of not losing your fucking arrow if it doesn't make the target.
Yes, yeah.
But as for through the trees, you got to practice that. You just got to work on your line.
Yes, I know. I have a left drift.
Are you too aware of the environment that you're shooting in? Or are you just... It's just... When I'm shooting, it's like... I register the trees. Okay, there's a very narrow channel there. But I'm focused on the target, eventually.
Yeah, I do tell myself, okay, whether the trees are there or not makes no difference, because if I get the target, it's going to go between the trees anyways. But I guess I have a left drift that I'm still working on. And so...
What's that, your release?
It's my anchoring and my release. So I just need to train, to practice and fix that. And then...
I think I have this. I think it's my release.
I think as well, see, I used to kind of strain a little bit to draw because, I don't know, anyway.
What, overdraw like?
Not overdraw because I was anchoring, but trying to kind of, stretch my shoulders out. Mm. And I think I was doing it too much and maybe kind of twisting, when I was shooting. So now the last couple of shoots actually I relaxed a lot more. And it is better, but I just haven't had the chance to practice at all.
Get your form for you kind of thing.
Exactly. So when we get the hall up and running and all that with the new club, like say normally in a couple of weeks' time, then I'm hoping I get a couple of hours a week to kind of...
That's all it is, routine.
Work on that.
Make it a routine and you kind of slip into it better.
Because my height is good, but it's my left drift. And it's not always drifting left. That's the problem. Because if it always drifts left, I can aim right.
I know what you're saying,
but sometimes it's perfect, it's straight, and sometimes it goes left.
So it's
like
my we've all got this problem. What about when it comes to gauging your distance? How are you with that?
To gauging the distance?
Yeah.
Not too bad. I like, at group 4, I know I aim below the target. Group 3, just at the base, or group 2, maybe at the target or above it, and group 1.
Might as well.
If I aim.
The moon. Aim for the moon. But you know what? Do you know what your point on is?
About 30 yards. So, but not really. So again, that's something
mine has
on,
changed since I got the new ball. It's like I would gap at 20, we'll say, at the X.
Yeah.
And I get the fucking X. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I brought the string down to 8.5 as opposed to 9.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't have made such a difference. And I did change my gap. Or not my gap, I used to come back here like this till my fucking my jaw.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But now I come back to here.
Yeah.
So I'm always at the corner of my mouth kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's no... I'd be like, will I make that distance? And it does.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of re-educating that, if you know what I mean, as opposed to that, because I'd be thinking, well, I got some oomph here now, it'll go anywhere. So when even though it's only an inch or two, I'd be thinking in my head, fuck it.
But that doesn't really. That just means you aim a bit higher if you don't draw. I suppose.
If your gapping is good, you're good to go. But if your gapping is Scooby Doo, you're like fuck. And
I mean, my gap is that called gapping? Is it kind of gauging the distance? Yeah. Mine is very rough.
Well, the tradies now, they wouldn't say they gap, would they? They'd be like, I look at it and I shoot it.
Yeah, it's all instinctive.
But it's not, because subconsciously you've done the maths. You know what I mean? But you've gone all romantic Indian on it.
I don't.
I see it, I shoot it, I kill it. It's a win. Exactly. Okay. Instinct, was it? Yes. Okay. It's all in his head. He's done the math. If I could do a cartoon for you, you'd have all these Michelangelo mathematical equations going on over his fucking head. Oh, it's instinct. You've been dreaming about it. You've been seeing it so many times. The brain has just done all the hard work. But you're just so focused on being instinctive.
Yeah, and then I guess it's people who shoot a lot as well. They have so much experience
that's it. Yeah, it's like throwing stones. I mean, you are. It's like David Beckham, the football player, the guy who was meant to be the best at spot kicks, would say a free kick, and the different range he'd have and the accuracy, and they're all saying that did some funny thing about it, and there was these mathematical professor guys saying, well, that's just not instinct, because they said, well, he just practiced a lot. He goes, yeah, physically the muscle memory, that's why he's practicing, but the brain is what's giving him the numbers and telling him how hard to hit it or whatever, or what kind of spin to put on it. The brain is doing all the maths, but he's telling you it's instinct, but it's not. It's just subconsciously he's gapping. So it's kind of like what we do in the hunt or recurve, we gap.
Okay, yeah.
But we're just honest about it. Yeah. I'm thinking it's about.
Yeah.
But if you do it so long, you won't even think about it. You'll just be like an instinctive archer.
Yeah.
So that's my argument with them. But I don't know. Some people get really silly about archery, I find. In the archery circles. Calm down.
Everybody knows now, don't give advice to James, okay? He does not like it.
They won't anyway. They won't even come and talk to me, fuckers. I don't know what to do. Like, I'll give you a cup, I'll give you a fucking shirt. What more do you want? You know,
you get a shirt.
You'll get a cup, you'll be happy. Shirts next shirt, they're going to be very cool. I'm giving, the Red Fox Archers shirt?
Oh, yes.
The lady who designed this shirt, she went off the logo that we came up with. So, and she just made it all dramatic looking and stuff. So I'm going to be getting in touch with her now and going to send her like a proper photo of that painting.
Yeah.
And then I'll send her another photo of what's on the mug. We say like we put this text over the painting kind of.
Oh, yes.
And see what she can do with that.
Okay.
In regards to the shirt, it won't be for archery. It's a sports shirt, kind of.
Yeah.
But if it looks as cool as what she did with the Red Fox, I'd be having it.
Okay, cool.
And I'd be letting people know if they're interested. Yeah. You can have one too. I give away the odd one here and there, but then they'll have to fucking buy it.
Oh yeah.
They're expensive,
yeah.
And you have to give a chunk of change as a down payment for the design as well. I mean, a friend of mine was telling me that I should be doing this being an artist, and I'm like, well, that's great, but I don't really have
the shirts, like
just design it and
yeah.
But I don't have the time to even paint at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's like, where the fuck am I going to get the time to do that? Yeah. And she's doing it every day.
And does she print herself?
She's set up for it all. She's probably got a company or whatever.
And is it all printing, or does she do embroidery as well? Or
I don't know about embroidery now. My aunt used to do embroidery, but she'd be doing it like.
Well, by hand, like.
Yeah. So that's fucking.
Yeah.
No. But I was looking at their website, the one who did the Red Fox, and they do like, it's not just for archery shirts.
Yeah.
They'll do these big banners and shit.
Oh, okay.
So, like I said, I said I'd visit in January and look at it properly and make contact with her around January, and take it from there. But yeah, see what happens.
Looking forward to see that. You know?
Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
I think it'd be really nice.
Because I'd be coming in there thinking, I got to change things up. And then, fuck it. I'm just going to sit down here now.
I don't know, it's
listen
nice
to music. No one's in there annoying me. Have a cigarette. And just fucking think crazy shit. But that's all I have to say to you.
Well, thank you very much.
Didn't learn much about rocks, but...
Well, you didn't ask many questions about rocks.
I was afraid I'd only bite the head off you because you were coming up to me with all these kind of, facts there. Facts, no. I'm not. I'm just in the wrong vibe today. I don't know what it's probably the meltdown from yesterday. I'm like, but sometimes I just like to fucking break things apart.
Yeah.
And if they say, well, okay, you're clearly tapped. But if they get all irate about it, you're like, so you're not 100% yourself. And then I have an indent to see like what else can we fucking take apart. And if they're not really, I was watching some shitty fucking thing that she watches. It was to do with law. And there was this lady, she's meant to be this fucking super duper legal. And she was teaching all of these up and coming legals.
Yeah.
And there was this one arrogant fucking idiot. You knew he was the idiot of the fucking story. And he said, well, this is definitely it and you're definitely wrong. And she says, great. I'm glad you're so, you have the conviction to say this. Would you put your life on it? And that shut him up straight away. He's like, would you put your life on it? If I put a bullet to your fucking head and say, look, are you right or wrong? And he'll say, I'm right, but if he's wrong, he gets the bullet in the brain. And then he was like, doubt crept in. Well, it flooded in. He was like, I don't know now. So, well, then shut the fuck up. Unless you can say with absolute that you believe it so much so, that you're so sure in yourself and the work you've done, yeah, this is it 100%. I bet my life on it.
Well,
shut the fuck up if you can't do that.
100% though.
It is in your in the body of work, whatever's under the sun that you can consume and you can go through with your analytical mind and say, go through all your own little ways of doing problems and equations and milk it all down and bring it right down to this answer. I say, no, if you got your answer, of course you're going to be like, you're going to go do it all again about 10 times to make sure it's the same answer. Yeah. That would be proper conduct.
Yeah.
And then you say, yeah, that's definitely the fucking answer.
Yeah.
So, would you risk your life on it? Say, yes, of course. I've done all the work. I've exhausted every possibility known and unknown. And this is definitely the answer. That's when you believe them. But when they come on and say, sure, look, I'd say that's it. Whoa, you're fired. That's what you say then. Bye-bye. So, thanks for coming on the Blackbird.
Thank you.
Was it so bad?
No, it wasn't so bad.
Okay.
I never said it was going to be so bad.
Yeah, but everyone gets weird. I don't know what it is. I really don't. It's just, come on. Do you want to see that fossil thing?
Sure, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.